essay of you, "The Meaning of Life," that you wrote for a website, I think it was, about you following last year, like Jack Kerouac, to Big Sur, and writing songs there. Which songs in the album that you wrote?
I mean, they're kind of bits and pieces of everything. I mean, like I did a lot of editing and rewriting there. So it's not like there are specific songs that necessarily I wrote down there. I mean, it's more just it's kind of a large part of the album, and it's kind of edited and rewrote there. So okay, it's not like I didn't go and write song A, B, and C there. You know.
Okay, so not really specific stuff.
No.
Okay. Yeah, and after this, I thought it was a beautiful thing that you wrote about your trip, and
thank you.
Yeah, but it was a bit. The tone was a bit. You were a bit disappointed, you hope to find something there. More?
No, I mean, I think that, I think as you kind of, I am a chronic idealizer, where I idealize things in my head, and then I expect them to be a certain way, and then when they end up to be reality, I sometimes get disappointed. So I mean, I think that for me, I'd been kind of like visualizing what that place was going to look like and what I was going to feel when I was there, and when I didn't feel that way, I was just disappointed. But I think that's just kind of, I think that's something that happens to everybody in different points in their life, you know.
How do you look back on it now?
I mean, I feel it was a very transcendent trip for me. I mean, I think that the lack of, in the song Bigby Canyon Bridge, I mean, I think like the message in the song, or the lesson in the song, is that the lack of transcendence is the transcendence. I mean, the fact that you realize that you can't look to a particular place or person to kind of save you or give you some kind of new perspective on your life. I mean, you need to kind of find that within yourself.
Yeah, okay, so that was the big lesson.
That is the lesson, yeah.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, you're a huge Jack Kerouac fan?
Sure, yeah, absolutely.
Nick, you?
Definitely, yeah. I mean, I don't know if I'm as much of a fan, but I mean, certainly I respect, his work, and that movement certainly in American literature was a really powerful and exciting time, with beat writers, and I like how at least a lot of the sort of, the stream of consciousness and the stuff, that kind of style that he wrote in a lot of times has really impacted a lot of what happens nowadays with literature. I like seeing those little traces, through. I think it's always interesting, it's kind of no secret that Ben's been really, a big Jack Kerouac supporter and fan for years, but when every once in a while people will show up at our shows with like copies of Jack Kerouac books for us to sign, and I always think about, I wonder if Jack Kerouac all those years ago thought that when he finished his book that somewhere in the future there was going to be some other person that was going to sign the book that he wrote, and there was a part of me that was that thinks that's absolutely 100% appropriate. Like, I think that the spirit of that book kind of encourages that kind of, that sort of thing, and so I think that, I guess the shorter version of what I'm trying to say is that, I recognize the sort of spirit in a lot of the beat writing, and I like seeing that kind of travel through, at least in this life, that we have on the road, and the way that we travel. It's very, very beat-esque in a lot of ways.
Yeah.